There are a couple of things that I'm very proud of, and we've skipped over them, and I think maybe we should do it. Certainly, my Boy Scout experience was great, and being an Eagle Scout, the first in South Milwaukee, the first in my troop, and so on. Then I went to university, and I said I was in athletics. I went out for cross country. I had 1 year in high school, but I worked out pretty well, so I earned 6 letters at Madison as an athlete, 3 in cross country and 3 in 2 mile in the track in spring. In cross country, when I was a senior, I was All-American runner, 11th in the nation in nationals, and I was captain of the cross country team. Then when I went into the Navy, I went up through the ranks, and my ship got into several problems while we were in combat in 4 big battles early in Tarawa with the Marines, Kwajalein, Eniwetok, and Saipan. These are the 4 invasion things that we were involved in. And then we went into the South Pacific a little further. But in that several years that I was with the ship, I moved from ensign to lieutenant junior grade. I moved up to navigator for the ship, executive officer, and finally the last 6 months I was on board ship, something came up, and I was commanding officer as a lieutenant junior grade of the ship. In that 2 years, we pulled 32 vessels, ships, some units off of the beaches, off the rocks, off of the coral beaches and stuff. So we set some kind of a record for several things on our ship. We were a towing ship, and we pulled the 2 heaviest tows ever made in the world, including the battleship Missouri. But that wasn't while I was there, that was much later. They took the Missouri out of commission, but it was my ship, the Tawasa ATF 92 Auxiliary Towing Fleet, that towed the Missouri to Pearl Harbor from Bremerton. We also pulled a top secret fuel barge that had 100,000 barrels of fuel oil. We took it from Los Angeles right into the battle area, so it was right where the fleet came in, and they filled the whole fleet with oil again. They didn't have to go all the way back 1,000 miles to Pearl Harbor. But and then of those 32 ships, we had all the way from the largest freighter in the Pacific was beached on the coral, and we took it off the beach. That was the #1 thing we did. We also were very involved down in Guadalcanal in helping taking material from Guadalcanal to get over in the Battle of Okinawa. And we had to work with 6 LSTs, pulling them off the beach in order to get to them to Okinawa in time for the battle there. But anyway, so it was a very exciting time on the ship, but what I thank God about, especially 100 men, 6 officers, and nobody was killed. Only one guy got a cut on his head from a piece of pipe that fell on his head. Other than that, no accidents or anything, and several times we were caught in bad weather and stuff. Many times, of course, with tows, they were helping other ships and dry docks, wherever the fleet needed us. And so that was a very exciting couple of years in the Pacific, yeah.